first of these questions is how often do we throw around the word happy and happiness? It's almost as if the meaning is simple and self-explanatory. But if I asked you right now to define happiness, to tell me what it means to live a happy life, I bet you'd hesitate. When psychology attempted to do this, we got over 20 definitions of happiness, in the form of theories like the self-determination theory, or frameworks that highlight the need for autonomy, goal setting, and self-acceptance. Beyond this, there are checklists that paint happiness in a single image. And while I do not doubt the value of these frameworks, there is a question I'd like to ask. Can we really define a human experience using only these concepts, without wondering who the human on the receiving end is? Because autonomy, goal setting, environmental mastery is another one, will look different in me than they do in you. But the framework does not clarify that. At least, it didn't for me. A few years ago, I had the characteristics of a happy individual. Every reason to consider myself one. With early morning workout goals, constant study sessions, volleyball practice, perfect grades, there was an iron grip on my life. And yet, when asked, the people closest to me wouldn't think to use happy as a trait of mine. Instead, they would say isolated, hollow, and disconnected. In fact, during this time, I had an eating disorder, one that I was blissfully unaware of, and that mistook my happiness for that of others. Because I had goals, but they were to look like someone else. I had a routine screenshotted off of Pinterest. I had healthy habits that came from a wellness influencer. So yes, I checked off the concepts defined in psychology's frameworks, but I missed an element they failed to clarify. Happiness should be derived from oneself, from the autonomy and goals and self-acceptance we create after we learn who we are. I know now that I had forsaken myself when creating that disconnected life. Because back then, when the illusion of control would slip, I would escape to my phone, scrolling through posts and content, immersing myself in the lives of others. Unfortunately, many of us fall for this trap. We chase the embodiment of happiness in those around us, forgetting that who we are and what we strive for cannot be the same as one another. But when we're young, social media makes it really easy to adopt a life, to copy what someone else is doing because they look happy and are doing the things we assume create happiness. I had to learn that those traits and habits I adopted did not align with me. In fact, the people I molded myself into became the anorexic thoughts and behaviors that made me hollow, isolated, and disconnected. Psychology did not tell me this part. The framework overlooked the need to specify whose happiness it was describing. So what is it that's missing from our definition? I think I found that after my first year of treatment, when my phone was taken away, forcibly, and the lives of others were no longer in sight. I found my own staring back. And though I tried to run from it, every attempt just pulled me back into old patterns until I did something radical. I sat in silence. Silence that brought tears. Silence that showed me my parents' worried faces for the first time. The food my family ate every day, and it's good food because we're Lebanese. The way my life really looked like. But most importantly, the colors of my room. My white bookshelf littered with neutral shaded books and those that pop with color. The orange carpet on the floor I had clearly bought on impulse. And the folded blue blankets in the corner of my room, waiting for the nights my little siblings rush in for an impromptu sleepover. This life I was finally experiencing felt painful, but only because it had demanded my attention for so long while I was busy chasing happiness I saw in others. Our tears fall in these moments, but do you notice they taste like salt? That's because as they fall, they begin to heal and purify our wounds. Self-acceptance, in psychology's framework, is not the abstract, Instagrammable concept that we mimic. It comes after discovering who you are. Goal setting comes after listening to yourself and acknowledging your unique environment. What the framework missed is simply the importance of presence before action. Vitality is the action of being alive. And yet, much like happiness, it is not found in productivity. It is not found in our goals or in control. It is found in our presence, in being here in this moment. As messy and unpredictable as it is, we build from its rubble. Stop waiting for your life to begin. You are already living. Stop searching for happiness in someone else's story. Sit with yourself to write your own. Discover what your vitality looks like. And here's a final question that can help you begin this journey. What are the colors of your room?